Hey, good evening, everyone. It's evening here in Berlin. Thank you all for the lovely comments and for the interaction. I love hearing from you and how everything's going. And I've been emailing with a couple of people as well. So thanks for your trust. That means a lot to me. And I'm happy that I can help. So, that first of all. I had a really cool realization. And I'm not going to quote, but this is mostly from the Seth teachings that I learned, and I'm going to post a video down below that you can watch. What is mostly the case with Seth, or what it was for me, and sometimes still is a little, is when Jane Roberts speaks, when she channels him, it took, and it's still taking kind of time for me to get used to the way she speaks when she channels and her tone of voice and everything. So I can imagine that more people have that. And I remember in the beginning when I was listening to Tony Robbins, I couldn't listen to him. And this man helped me very much a couple of years ago, his teachings. So at one point I got used to his voice, and now I actually love his voice. It's very typical. But the moral of the story is I can understand that if you don't like a voice, don't like listening to a voice, that it's kind of hard to also get the teachings. So I'm going to post two videos. One that is narrated and has bits and pieces of Jane Roberts channeling Seth. And I'm going to post a video of someone that is reading one of his most important books, Seth Speaks. And he has a really wonderful voice to listen to. So that's that. Let's get down to business. So Seth says that we create our own reality. And not only that, we create the versions of the people that we see in our reality. So just see it as a theater play. Let's say you have this theater play that has 12 different rooms with exactly the same people, but they all behave differently. And these people behave in the way that you think they will behave. I'm kind of making a bit of a difficult example, but I hope you still get me. Forget the theater play. It's just everyone has expresses itself based on your beliefs about how this person is. Which means you create it all. Like we create everything. We create everything we see just from imagining it. Yeah, that's how it works according to Seth, and I like the teaching. I believe it, and the more I work with it, the crazier it gets. Actually, it's now everything goes so quickly. I think of something and it happens, or I think of someone and they contact me, or I read something in a book and I hear the exact same sentence on YouTube. It's like everything, I don't know, everything comes together somehow. So let me first get down to why I made this video, because I also want to say something about this, how you can get there. So the thing is, when we create everything, we also create the people that we look up to. We also create the people that we're like, so for instance, I think Halle Berry is an amazing woman. I create her version, or my version of her. I create that, which means if she has a certain way of being that I admire, I have that knowledge because I create her. Do you see where I'm getting at? It means that if I create it in her, I can also create it in me. So let me try to put that in another kind of example, because this is a really big thing. We create the good, the bad, and the ugly, and actually nothing is good or bad or ugly. That these are just earth judgments. These are things that we have learned. And I used this phrase before from Louise Hay. She used to say, there's no good weather or bad weather, there's just weather and your opinion about it, which is super true, because some people like rain, some people like sun, some people like storm, some people like snow. So there's no good weather or bad weather, it's just your opinion about the weather. Okay, back to this mind-blowing thing that I thought, oh my goodness, like everyone in my reality, same with you, everyone in your reality, I see a certain version of them, and the people that I think are amazing and have qualities that I would love to possess myself, I have them because I invented them in them. So Kayla Itzinis, for instance, she's this amazing, super strong and skinny. You can't even, like, I don't even get like how she does it, like the exercises she does. She's so strong, and that strength can be mine because I can see that it exists, and when I can see that it exists, then I can produce it in myself, and I can do the things that are necessary. I could even imagining it without lifting a finger, but actually I like to work out, so I lift a lot of fingers and arms and toes and legs. Yeah, so just take a moment and let this sink in. Maybe play the video a couple of times and play with it a little. And give yourself a lot of credit for creating such amazing things as well. And the things that you do not like, no biggie, just work on, put some effort in changing them. Then about how do you get to the point where I am at the moment, and it's only getting better and cooler. So every day I remind myself of a couple of teachings of Seth. Mostly Seth at the moment, also Bashar. I told you about the playlist that I make for a new month. And for the month of May, I've made a playlist, and I made a video about that, and the videos that are in there, or I gave you a couple of videos that are in there. And I would really urge you to make a playlist yourself of teachings of Neville, Seth, Abraham Hicks, whatever blows your horn, resonates with you. Because that's exactly, sorry, one moment. That is exactly what will help you feel, so not only know, but also feel in your body that you create reality. And when you feel it, when you really feel it and know it, you will stop reacting to situations that are not beneficial to what you have envisioned. You will be constantly in the balance point, or as much as possible. And from this paradox, from this balance point, you can choose a reaction that you would like to have. Either like, no, what I'm seeing isn't true, I'm creating something different, which will help you create that which you want to see. Because all creations are actually a thought with an emotion wrapped around it, and a surrendering, because otherwise it can't come to life. So you can imagine that when you have a thought and a really strong negative emotion around it, you can uncreate it, but it takes a while because you have to work through this crazy emotion around it. So when you practice daily, and it's work, it's just what it is, and like we just have to suck it up, it's work. So either go with it or not, and then yeah, I think you will go with it because it's just nicer to consciously create. So at least for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes a day, depends on how much work you want to put in. For me it differs, but I definitely, every day I read something, I listen to my playlist, I meditate, I do my mirror practice, and actually I haven't done it today yet. That's why my alarm went, because I have to do it still, which is 5 minutes in the mirror, looking in my eyes, saying, I love you, I appreciate you, you're beautiful, all the things that I love to hear. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching. And I have faith this video helps you too. And I'm going to look for the videos that I will post in the description. See you soon. Mwah.